Nace, it felt a little bit like a marathon of a game here, just the way things started and having to claw back there. What did you like most about how things went after those first 12 minutes or so?
Yeah, I thought we kind of, shook the cobwebs off a little bit, but the boys had their eyes set on some certain things that needed to be addressed, and I thought you saw once we kind of got that out of the way, things kind of settled down. Then we started playing our game. The second period, I thought we were excellent there towards the end, and he had a chance in the third period to get us a 2-goal lead, and power play came through, and just always find ways to win.
A good lesson in you do have to find multiple ways to get things done.
Yeah, exactly.
What can you kind of say about those special teams that you were just talking about, particularly when you get those 2 quick power play goals at the end, Dougie and then Timo there, and how much that really changed things for you guys? Yeah,
our power play's been pretty solid overall since the beginning of the season, and we're finding ways to score goals. I think we're all kind of clicking, and even with that second unit when they get out there, they're more direct. They're right towards the net, and good things happen when you put the pucks towards the net, and it's nice to see those guys get rewarded, even though they're out there for a short time. I've been on both sides of that, right? So it's a good feeling.
And just after the way last game went, I mean. What do you sort of make about that ability that you guys have to dial it in every single game?
Yeah, it's again, I've said it a couple times during the interviews I've had, but it's maturing as a group. You have to find ways to mature as a group throughout the season, and take lessons from losses, take lessons from wins, and build. The season's 82 games plus playoffs, and we're if we look at where we were at the beginning of the season all the way to now, our team's changed. We're different, and you can probably say that with a lot of teams, and that's what happens, as the season progresses. And we don't even know how many games, 25, 26, whatever games in, and we're turning in the right direction.
And then you look at those last couple minutes there. It's 2:17 of having to defend. Is that also part of the maturity, the way you guys have been able to handle those moments?
How good was Nico in those, huh?
Well, his face-offs were incredible.
Yeah, those are three important face-offs. We want no one else on the ice but him, and he's been so good for us so far this season, and you can tell why. He's always in the running and should be for a very long time in this hockey candidacy. So. I can't say enough good things about him, and our D had to block a few shots. Markey played well, and it's a big one. We got 2 more, or we get another game tomorrow. Try to get 2 more points.
How concerned were you on the challenge on the goal?
I don't even know what's goalie interference or not anymore, right? I don't even think you can. I don't even know if they know what's goalie interference or not, right? Like, you always expect not to get a goal, or you expect them to call it back because whatever reason they come up with. And tonight it went our way. I agree with it, but I've had numerous calls in this league that have been the opposite way of similar situations. So you just don't get your hopes up, and you just kind of wait and see what happens. And I would have bet a lot of money that that was going to be taken back. So I'm happy I didn't make a wager on that one.
So you tied up in the first, then you're down again in the second, and the captain ends up tying up, and then you guys are able to just lock it down in the third period.
Yeah, I think it's really important for us to win in different ways, and tonight we definitely showed that. 2 big goals for a power play to get us back into it. After we didn't really come out so hot, and Markey made some big saves for us in the third period.
A lot of similarities between this game and the one we saw a little over a month ago. The emotions running high once again against this Red Wings team. What is it about playing these guys that gets the emotion so high?
They just play hard. They got some players that are physical and play hard, and they're a good team, and we came out and had a really good game. So it's really important for us to steal these 2 points, and we're happy with that.
When we talk about the last time you guys played here, you were in a midst of a 4-game skid, but since then, following up a loss, you've been able to turn it back around and find the win the next game. Just talk about being able to bounce back in situations like this.
Yeah, I think for us it's just staying even keel, not getting too high or too low. I think you have so many opportunities. Like we play again tomorrow night, so it's great to win this game, and then it's on to the next game. So it's 82 games, long season, and we just got to keep going.
Well, Luke, we just want to Again, congratulations, the big win tonight, and it's kind of nice to get this win here. I know you had a lot of family in the stands here, and we get a moment to see them before we take off.
Yeah, of course. I think got to see them a little bit, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there, and hopefully they have good holidays.
Thanks
So much, Luke. Over the Detroit Red Wings tonight. Joining us now is Paul Cotter. And Paul, we were just talking off camera. You had an excellent game tonight. You were all over the place, really working the low offense. 5 hits, 4 shots for you tonight. But you said you can't buy a single point in this building.
Yeah, it seems like it's one of those places. Sometimes they have the barns they go in at, and some don't. So I guess it's it's this one for me.
Well, I know it's also tough when you had 30 family members in here, so I was joking on air that you were playing for free tonight, so it's one of those games too.
I think I was paying to play for tonight, but yeah, no, it's shows a lot of support here, a lot of family, friends, old coaches, stuff like that. So it's always awesome to play in front of them, and it's a reminder that this has been a dream for every one of us here, and it's sometimes just to step back and have people here that have been with you along the ride is pretty cool.
Well, just showing how thankful you are, and it's fitting just being Thanksgiving, and getting back to this game here. I know you're a little bit frustrated, right? You're trying to get that point, trying to get that goal, but I don't think you give yourself enough credit, right? In the second period, I was saying that you single-handedly were changing the momentum of this game offensively below the goal line, the cycle plays. As soon as you started to initiate your physicality, the game changed for the Devils. And so, what can you just say was in your mindset there to really just start to get that part of the game going?
Yeah, I mean, I think some of us, for whatever reason, didn't have our legs. Some guys did. It was kind of shift to shift. So we needed to do something, and I think just getting your legs going, doing something easy like being physical. It just kind of breaks things up. So just tried to finish my hits and change in the O zone and get fresh guys out there, and once we did that, we seemed to hem them in there a little bit more and create more opportunities.
First game back with Timo Meier in the lineup after his suspension, and he was also a guy that was throwing his weight around. 2 points for him tonight. What's it like having him back in the lineup, and what he truly brings to the table when he's back in there?
I mean, he's a great player. There's a reason why he makes so much money, right? So always good to have him, obviously back in the lineup, but in the room as well. He's a big piece of our team and our culture, so awesome to have him out there. Thanks so much, Paul. Congrats on the big win tonight. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Cots. Thanks for joining us. And, this was a gutsy effort by your team. Obviously not the way you'd script it, giving up 2 goals, but what can you say from the resilience that you saw to tie this game up, not once, but twice, and then lock it down in the third period?
Yeah, I mean, obviously don't like how we started this game here again tonight, so that's something we've got to get addressed clearly, but love that our power play went out and reset the game for us. And then, from there, we get down again early, as you say, but we fight our way back, give ourselves a lead, and then build that lead so that they get one and it's not enough. It gives us a chance to keep fighting to the end to hang on. So yeah, it's a resilient effort for sure. Not how you want it to go. A lot of good things come out of it. Power play comes through in a big way for us. We get some big saves down the stretch from our key times. And then our guys will their way to win. I mean, 3 straight face-off wins at a critical time by Nico at the end of the game, I think sort of speaks to the resilience of the group. We'll talk about Nico Hischier, too, a guy that draws a critical penalty, ties this game up at 3 apiece, allowing you guys to go on the power play for 4 straight minutes to start the third and gain that separation. Just the leadership he continues to exude on and off the ice. Yeah, he's impacting the game in so many ways. You just listed a bunch. I just talked about his 3 key face-off wins at the end of the game with the goalie out. So, yeah, those are the kind of things you need, and it's not really your night as a team. You need individuals to kind of step up and make the difference, and he certainly was one of those guys tonight.
Well, Sheldon, what can you say about just, especially in the second period, Cotter, we talked to him earlier, Timo Meier come back in the lineup. As I looked, and I haven't checked again, but you guys had 21 cycle chances. I think that's got to be one of the most this season. Is this something that you guys put an emphasis on for tonight's game? Yeah, well, I mean, attacking the net in general was a major theme, and we didn't quite get to it in the first period the way we'd wanted to, but we've been a pretty good second period team throughout the season, and today was certainly another great example of that. We had plenty of opportunities, lots of time in around the net.
I know Noesen's goal is a little more off the rush, but it's a little more indicative of what I'd like to see from our team, and just getting inside and competing for some of those loose pucks. And, in nights like we talked about where we've been shut out and such, there hasn't been enough of that. You just got to kind of will the puck into the net with numbers and competitiveness. And second period had some elements of that, no doubt.
We'll open it up to the media.
You talked a little bit about Nico winning those 3 key faceoffs. So what did you like most about, other than that, the way your team handled that last 2:15 with the goalie pull?
Yeah, I thought, they pushed things away from our net. They're in lane, so there wasn't a lot of shots coming through. Anything along the walls, we pressured really well as well, which ate up some clock for us. We got a few pucks out. There's icings, but when Nico's digging in the face-off dot like that, you feel confident about it. So that was good. But I really liked. I'd say about the last 6-7 minutes or so. It was pretty great job defensively. Didn't give up much. A couple pass outs there in the third period. I can't remember quite. It felt like it was the first 10 minutes or so. But Markey made some big saves for us there, and I thought the guys did a really nice job of not letting much else get to them from there.
Is that one of the biggest areas of growth that you've seen from your team in those final minutes?
I think we've been pretty good, in those areas. I can't call any times when we haven't been great in those situations. Quite honestly, from the beginning of the year, I think it's sort of an extension of our penalty kill. Ryan McGill's done a terrific job preparing the group in those moments, and the guys have done a nice job that we've put out there. But it's such an important part of the game. You want to be a team that's in a position to win, and then you got to close. So, love the way that we've been finding ways to make sure we get those jobs done.
I know the puck still hasn't gone in for him yet, but do you feel like you're starting to see the best of L.Hughes' offensive game here these last couple of games, the way he's influencing things on that end?
I love the way that he's attacking. He's certainly one of our defenders that has the ability to attack, whether it's on the rush or in the offensive zone. So I love that he had that mindset. I thought there's a couple times tonight he maybe overdid it a little bit and didn't make quite the right decision. But, with an attack mindset, you're going to make some mistakes every now and again, and particularly as a younger guy. But we don't want to take away that attack mindset, because we need our defensemen to break some things down for us in the offensive zone and create a little bit of panic in the opposition structure. That can open up some other options, and Luke did that a number of times tonight.